Chainsaw Man, episode 10, Bruised and Battered. A lot happened in the past couple of episodes. Yeah, I was wondering these animes, like, the aftermath. It's just like, how do you even keep society functioning? How do you not have just constant people like, just like in hysteria? Like, bruh, if shit like this was constantly happening, the majority of the population is moving somewhere else. It's gonna be a ghost town. Like, let's be like, if they have the chance, they would go somewhere else. Oh, there go Aki. Nice. He's safe. There you go, Denji. Nice, he's safe. That's that legendary panel that's always sent around. It's kind of an homage to Death Note. It has to, because it's reminding me of Makima's ability. You can share. Ringo. Chicken. Oh yeah, they're Division 4 now. You're Division 4. No, they're dead. R.I.P. Bozos. Wait, did I say bozos? I didn't mean to call them bozos. Power's cute right there. Powie? One apple. Wait, he's probably thinking about Himeno. You better not go somewhere with that. Is he about to... Oh! I wonder if there's any way to relinquish that. I doubt it. 2 years is a pretty long time, right? He has 2 years to kill the gun devil. Yeah. Alright, it makes way more sense for him to be smoking. It makes so much more sense. When you run out of butane. Here come the waterworks. Oh. It's about to hit him like a truck. It's only like in those later stages where you realize, like, it's so easy to detach whenever you got the news. It's like, oh, kind of like denial, but then you start getting reminded of things, and that's when it all comes. It's about to hit him like a truck. It's about to hit him like a truck. Interesting. Maybe it won't hit him like a truck. I mean, things like this probably take time to make strong bonds and relationships. To be honest, I would probably cry if I even made like a slight relationship with someone and they died. But it's not everybody's the same. Like, you've only known them for a couple months or days or weeks, I don't know. Probably. This is going back to the hedonic treadmill again. I think I said that you go back to baseline, right? So once you go after the goal, you're gonna feel the same regardless. This guy named More Place More Dates, Derek, shout out my boy. He actually explained it in a way. So say you had your best most prime years, like you had the best numbers, and then the next year after that you had like a little bit lower. You're always gonna be comparing yourself to those best years, even though those years that you have currently are, you know, pretty damn successful itself. So I feel like he's in that little same bubble. Am I normal? He's asking himself right now if he's normal. Am I sociopathic a little bit? Maybe he's a little bit sociopathic, he feels. I mean, what else can you do, really? Y'all still taking orders from her after that? Yo, they're doing those less long seasons, which I actually prefer and I actually like, right? Because I hate those, like, I'm not gonna lie, like those 500 episodes, those 1,000 episodes animes. It's like, bruh, not really, don't really have that much time for this. So I really enjoy these. But one thing that those really long animes had going for them is, you know, the longer you have with an anime characters, the more emotional attachment you have, the more, you know, the more ingrained their characters are in your head. So when they do die, it's like, fuck, it actually hurts and it hits that much more harder. Say Himeno, if they would have stretched it longer, you know, we would have like kind of like grown up a little bit with her. And yeah, that would have hurt a lot more. But it still hurt pretty good, you know, it still hurt pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, I still prefer this format of anime, but yeah, that's one thing that those long format animes had going for them. Quality over quantity. Still got my eye on you, Makima. The fact that she might have known something and still didn't do anything. It could also be the case that she really didn't have a choice, but that's still really sus. Okay, this is the guy that trained Aki, and he's over Himeno grave, has to be. Yeah, and he's gonna like him because he likes him crazy. Y'all are gonna do well. Not really. Who gives a fuck? Let's go! Cause you got that. Subarashi. Daisuki da. Aishiteru. Let's go! I might regret doing that in the future, but who gives a fuck? You know, I'm having fun right now. Let's go. I wonder. Makima is clearly crazy, but she comes off so normal. Like, what the? This anime has a really good way of making crazy normal. I'm just used to it now. I'm just so used to it. He just killed both of them, and I'm not even, you know, it just happens. Like, unironically, he probably just dislocated. Fight back! Put your chainsaw up. Let's destroy some crosses. Yo, they just got paralyzed, right? Because you get paralyzed right here. That's why you don't get hit in the back of the head. Yep. Human presenting, like I said in the first episode. Oh, they can regenerate. Yeah, like he did in the 8th floor. Sugoi. How do you say? What does Rengoku say? Umai. Umai. Teme. Umai. This guy is like who's that guy from Jujutsu Kaisen, the blonde guy, the business dude. He's the same voice actor, right? Probably different. He even gives like the same vibes in real life. It's just it's like this show is like a crackhead version of Jujutsu Kaisen. So I understand. I like that the way they do that. You don't really expect these characters to blink, but they just blink like randomly. It's like it's like what? Oh. Imagine if his hypothesis didn't pan out and then he just killed these two people. Is he? We don't even know his name. What? This is a crazy dynamic. So he's hunting them down. Yeah, we starting right away. Oh! Yo, Denji, you're kind of disrespecting him by not taking your chainsaw right out of the way. Oh, ganger! We don't even know this guy's name. We'll just call him Blonde Man Sensei. Oh! Oh, shit. And then every time they lose, they get some blood back. Oh my god. Oh my god, this show is so... That's why I like this show. Don't give a fuck. I actually didn't know that. Power is mostly... Power can die. Damn. It's reminding me of like little kids who like kill animals when they're younger. And then they grow up to become sociopaths. Psychopaths. Oh my god, he's literally going to beat them the fuck up. What the... Yo, this is some hard shit. I watch like some Navy SEAL training sometimes, and it's reminding me of that. They have like throughout the course of like a week, they get like 4 hours a night. It's like fuck. I'm just trying to imagine this. Like fuck. These guys have powers though, so I mean they're constantly dying and thinking that they're dying. And, you know, always questioning. Like no one has that much time to think about their morality, right? Except like a person who's like terminally ill. Oh, and the Fox Devil got killed, right? We saw her get slashed in half. That or she's rejecting Aki. Aki's death is gonna be crazy. Coaching with quitting. Oh, Madoka is going private. I mean, if you have like an inkling and you actually have a little bit of evidence that the higher ups in your organization are actually using you and using your people, and because they know their debts, like there really isn't any reason not to go private, right? You're literally getting used as like human meat shields. There probably is a good reason, but I mean, shit, no one ever wants to willingly be in that situation where you're getting used without your consent. Or there might not be a good reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what the fuck Makima's up to, and the higher ups, and the way that they interpreted them in episode 1 or 2 makes me think, because they made them look like very like obnoxious and condescending. It makes me think that they're not actually good people. But and when I say private, I mean like not with the Devil Hunter organization, like on your own, right? You don't have to rely on these people. You can just like do partnerships once in a while. It's actually not a bad idea. It's actually not a bad idea, especially given the cards. Especially looking at the cards you're dealt with. It's like it's about working smarter, not harder. Is this go, Benny? Okay, so this isn't Kobeni. He looks too tall. He's going like, huh? Yeah, I knew it was gonna cut. Yeah, that seemed like the fucking hell. You're literally constantly thinking about dying and not dying, and oh my god, fuck. Yeah, fuck that shit. It's hard for me to like get in an ice bath sometimes. It's hard for me to run sometimes. This is not, that's nothing. I think Denji's getting it worse too, right? Because he probably has to let off on power because power can actually die. But Denji's literally immortal. Fucking hell. That's what you do. That's what you do with the TV back then. You just hit it and it fixes itself. That's what I was just thinking, dude. Jesus Christ. So it's probably more. But it's low-key him that's going to keep them alive in the future battles. It's kind of like life in general. That's like a pretty good. There's always fallbacks and there's always drawbacks and positives. Maybe it's a good thing to not look at life like positives and negatives, but to look at it like situations you need to handle. You know that proverb is like with the guy. He's like with the guy in the with the sun, and then the inscription. It's like a Chinese proverb. It's like, maybe. Oh, that's a really good thing. Maybe. Oh, that's a really good thing that your son got his leg. Maybe. I'm not sure if Makima can do this, but like Makima knows your names, so she can literally just kill you anytime. We don't even know to the extent of her entire powers. I love this atmospheric thing. Chainsaw. Trademark Chainsaw Man. I'm thinking like, you know how Denji outwilled the devil from the 8th floor? If he outwills this motherfucker, then Denji's top 3 anime characters of all time. Was that another callback to Death Note? I thought he was just gonna constantly be hunting them, but apparently he would go home. Oh, here he is. Punch him. Oh. You know Power In. Yes, sir. Oh. She got a new hairstyle. Are they wearing disguises? I mean, he is crazy. He would probably fall for that, but I think he would know. Oh! Oh! Yo, this is actually really calculated. What the fuck? Oh! Tease you. Wait, but that's not it. That's not it. There has to be something. There has to be something else. This is a bait. 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 I know this is a bait. This is a bait. Hold on. What? Was that not a bait? Wait, I feels like something's... That was dope as fuck though. What? Kill him a couple more times. That's what I was thinking. Nah, he's coming back. I knew it. I fucking knew it. He's gonna be like, you thought I was finished? Psych! Oh, I knew it. No, but there has to be something else. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. If I was immortal and had the ability to die and die and die all over again, maybe immortal people. I mean, we can't really conceptualize this because we're mortals, but maybe immortals. They definitely wouldn't even look at death like they were just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We put such a high premium on like dying and everything that that wouldn't even be a thing. They wouldn't like, oh, death, cool. BRB, BRB. So he's making a deal with another devil. This is just gonna take more years off his life, right? It's like looking for a Pokemon. Yeah, there was a girl that visited him. Himeno's younger sister. Oh, there's a lot of letters. Translations. The job pays pretty well, so don't worry about sending food or anything. Dad's been messaging me lately. I appreciate his concern, but I'm more worried about him. Is he taking his meds? I forced Aki to get his ears pierced. If nothing else, we could go private instead of staying in public safety. How do I get Aki to quit? I brought it up, but he just brushed it off. I don't think it's a good idea to keep working here. If nothing else, we could go private instead of staying in public safety. How do I get Aki to quit? I brought it up, but he just brushed it off. I was trying to be serious too. This is like my point too. I feel like Himeno was having like major hesitations or referment when it came to like the higher ups and you know how much they really had their backs as devil hunters. Like at least when you're private, you don't have to worry about someone using you. You know, you could be your own boss and everything. What if Aki's using them right now, using the Devil Hunter Association or whatever, just so he can get a weapon and just leave and become a fugitive? The future devil. Why don't it just like leave right now? How does it look like? How would they even like capture a devil like this? I mean Makima's on their team, so I understand. Yeah. Look at that real. That's a real ass hand. Real hand. I like these real life images. It blends better whenever they add this effect to it. The animation blends better. Like it's clearly this is clearly real life stuff, but it blends better really well. Oh, the dynamic. That was a pretty abrupt ending. Is that supposed to be something about the anime? Okay. Okay, so that was episode 10. Really good episode. Denji at the start, he was questioning like, am I really that broken? Am I normal? And I actually heavily empathized with him before because I've gone through like a couple deaths in my family. And almost every time I didn't really have that much of a reaction to them. It was my grandma and my other grandma. Like I remember learning that my first the thing is I never had like a close relationship with like my two grandmas, so that was probably like a lot of the reason. I remember like having like an exact moment that Denji did had. It was like, why am I not more sad? I was literally in the restroom like making myself cry because I thought I should be sad, and I didn't feel normal. With my latest grandma, like I was sad and I did cry. But even then there was like a sense of shit, I feel like I should be crying more type stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? But I feel like thinking about it too much is really not the way to go. I think just it's funny because Denji isn't really like the smartest or brightest person in the room, but I think in my opinion he comes to really good conclusions, right? It's like, you know, thinking about it too much only takes away from the enjoyment you have with them because you're always thinking about them, their deaths and everything. And so like being there and being in the moment is like probably the best way to go. Like what else do you do? I remember it's crazy. I think this is good. I think I was just like really different than everybody else. I know everybody probably says this, like, yeah, I'm different, I'm just different. But there was like a span in my lifetime, like a good 6 months probably, where all I thought about was death. And this and you probably think like, oh, he was probably a high schooler. No, I was like a fifth grader in elementary school. I remember going to the hospital because I've been told my mom like, oh, my stomach hurts. But I just kept on thinking about death, and everybody's gonna die one day, and it seemed like no one was really thinking about the same thing as me, right? I felt like really alone, and so that added to the existentialism. And I remember I remember the doctor, it wasn't even the doctor, I think it was a nurse. She was like, "Are you nervous about something?" Like they looked at my stomach and or like they did signs and shit. Like, "Are you nervous about something?" And I was like, "No, no, 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 no." I was nervous about death. I was just thinking about it constantly. And I remember like I was watching like one of my favorite shows. It was like the first anime I ever watched. It was a pretty etchy show, but I thought it was funny as fuck. I wasn't even looking at the boobs or anything, but um, it ended. I watched all the shows, I watched the sequel, I watched the movies, and then it ended. And I'm just sitting there like, when's the next season? When's the next season? There might not ever be a next season. And I kind of like equated that to my family, to me, to, you know, yeah. But I'm pretty glad that I had that experience because now I don't really think much about death or put that much stake in it, and I'm not really that um scared of the thought of death. I'm pretty sure I would be afraid in the moment of death, but like if I ever like come up with a guy and he puts a gun, like of course I would be afraid, but the concept of death isn't really um um that much for me anymore. And that's why I thought what Denji was doing was really hard because he's constantly dying, right? But I mean, that's what I was talking about, like with immortal people, like they probably for them it probably doesn't mean anything. The concept of not even existing probably doesn't, you probably never think about that, of just not existing at all, right? So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in my next one.